Well, welcome Northeast Missouri Angler. I'm Dennis, and still a little froze over, but I'm bored, so I'm gonna ride around the lake and kind of give y'all a little look and see how the lake's looking. Right now I'm up here at the Overlook right here next to the dam looking at the river, and if you actually wanted to have that itch and you really want to get on the water and you don't want to drive very far, the river is open here right below the dam. There is some ice right next to the dam, but not very much here. I'll spin the camera around here and let you look. You can see there's a little ice down there right next to the dam, but all the way down at least to the corner you got open water. So there is a spot you can get in, but keep in mind it's cold. The water's cold, so be safe if you're out on the water right now for sure. Well, I'm driving over the dam now. I'll let you look at the lake. There is some open water showing here or there, but it's got a lot of ice still out there on the main body, but it is starting to thaw. So that's what the main body looks like in front of the dam. It's got a lot of milk left, but there's a lot melting off, that's for sure. Well, here's Spalding, and it is iced up, and it looks pretty thick still. It looks pretty solid. Looks like somebody threw a rock down there. Trying to see if I could get through with a rock. That didn't work. Out about a corner, it's froze all the way back up in here. So it's going to be a little bit before this thaws out. We get some warm nights and some sunlight will do wonders along with this above freezing temperatures, but we haven't seen sun for a while. But here's Spalding. She's definitely iced in. No fishing out of here for about a week, I'd say. So we'll be back. We'll run over to Ray Barron's and check that out, see what that looks like. Well, here we are at Ray Barron's. As you can see, it looks pretty thick. This is usually one of the last ones to thaw. Usually Spalding and 107 and Russell and some of the main water ramps, they're usually the ones that thaw out the first. You know, this one's kind of sheltered in here. So, but as you can see, it looks like somebody's been down here throwing rocks again. Throw rocks out there, it becomes a problem. Just keep in mind, when you throw them rocks out there in front of the ramp, when the ice melts, the rocks fall straight down. They're right there. When you first few backing in boat trailers and stuff, the early guys, them rocks play hell with our boat trailers. So I'm sure it was probably kids or whatnot that done it, hopefully, and not people trying to see how thick the ice is right at the ramp. You're not going to put a boat in. When you can't see through the ice, you're not going to put a boat in. There's no sense in throwing a rock in there. It's pretty obvious you're not going to throw, put a boat in. So, but yeah, don't throw rocks on the ramp, please. But yeah, we're locked up here. So water's running in at a couple of the other ramps on the arms, so they might be open. So I'm gonna check out, go on around and stop at Wheeling, and then go up South Fork and Elk Fork and Route U, and as long as the gates are open, 107. If not, I'll get some shots from the bridge and check out this rest of these ramps. So stick around. Well, here we are at Wheeling Access. It's just outside of Perry, and it's running pretty good here. Like I said, it's up these creeks, this water's running, so it probably cleared out. I came through here yesterday afternoon, and it was nothing but a big ice jam as far as you could see. You can see there on the boat ramp, you couldn't get a boat in because of that ice down here, but you can see along the bank how all that ice is shoved up. This was completely covered yesterday like that, all the way across. But the water's moving pretty good. Right now, with the lake level where it is, about 602 right now, that's about 3-4 foot deep out there, maybe 5 at most. So a lot of times when this water's running in, and you come out here and catch channel cat, even in this cold water, just use night crawlers or shad. And so I mean, if you're at that itch to fish, you can fish from the bank right here, and probably maybe you can catch a few fish. Who knows? This running water always turns the channel cat on Mark Twain, even in the winter. I've been out fishing, snowing like a devil, but they've been running water like this and just caught fish one after the other on channel cats. But this water running in will help thaw out the main body. Like I said, the main body and the other main ramps are all froze in. But here's a secondary ramp that if you're energetic and want to move some ice, you could put a boat in here. But keep in mind, if you do try that, there could be ice chunks floating down, so be careful. Use your own judgment there on what you think you can get away with. So anyway, on to the next one. Well, here's South Fork. It definitely froze up. It's thick, but you're starting to see pockets of water on top of the ice, so it is thawing, but it is still thick all the way back in here. Now, Long Branch and South Fork, those two arms come together about 2 miles back up here to the south, and they're both running pretty good today. So I'm sure back up there it may be thawed. There's a parking lot up there. You go like you're going to go to Santa Fe, and there's take the gravel road. There's a parking lot you can park and walk down. It's a pretty deep hole of water. I'm betting right there may be open. I don't know. I know tomorrow I don't have much going on, so I'm probably going to actually drive down there with rod and reel and fish in the bank in that deep hole of water, see if it's open. But today, no go here. I'd say that just like the rest of them, we got a good week of thawing here before we can get on the water. Well, on to the next one. We're going to go to Elk Fork next. That I imagine is open. It's pretty narrow. It's about 6 or 7 foot deep and narrow, and it's running really good. So I'd say that's open. We'll take a look here. Well, here we are at Elk Fork. This is Hunter Access 41, in case you're wondering. It is open and it is flowing hard. Well, I hold this up. It's pretty muddy. I don't want to get in that mud right there. So I'm gonna hold this up and let you see where the ice jam is, where ice is, and you look up through here. You know, it's got a lot of ice that's backed up in there, pushed back. But the water's flowing. Water's flowing. I'll see if I can get a little closer here. Oh, it's muddy. It is muddy. That's gonna be about as close as I'm gonna be willing to get. But you can see there, Elk Fork's running. It's still got some ice flowing down it, but I mean, I'd say by this afternoon, that ice flow is gonna drop off quite a bit. So you could fish it. That water's cold though. I don't think I'd fish it. You're not gonna get a boat in. But this is the ramp, but it's logged up with ice pretty bad. But it is open. I mean, there's water there, not just ice. So, but it is backed all of it up way back in there. Same way here. That's a lot of ice right there. A lot of ice. But yeah, it's pretty muddy. I'm gonna make my way back to the truck here and head on to the next one. Well, I'm right now, and it is solid. It is solid ice, except around the edges. The reason I come stalled around the edges ain't that it's stalled. The lakes went up 2 foot in the last 36 hours or so since this rain we had all day yesterday and the day before, and then this water melt. The lake's come up. So it's pushed the ice up. Of course, ice floats, so it's come up with the water. That's why it looks like it's thawed around the edges. I mean, I'm sure there's some thaw there, but most of it is just where the water's rose. That's why you don't want to ice fish on Mark Twain. It goes up and down so much. But it's solid out there. It's thick. So it's going to be a while here too. Same story. 107, the gate was locked. I was actually surprised that this wasn't locked, but it was open, so I went ahead and drove on down here. But 107, they still got locked up, so you can't even get to that one. But main body, everything's got ice on it. We're froze up still. But so that's a quick tour of some of the main ramps and some of the secondaries and whatnot. But I'd say if we have sunlight come out and this weather coming, maybe next weekend you might be able to get on the water. Like I said, if you got that itch, you can get on. below the dam, right there at the dam, or do some fishing even from the bank. But fish from the bank there at Perry, outside there at Wheeling Access. You can fish from the bank there. But be careful if you get around this water right now. It's cold and muddy, and do not try to get out on the ice for sure. But that's it. Thanks for watching.